Treasurer, could you please call the roll?
Mrs. Varway?
Here.
Mr. Vasquez?
Here.
Mr. Parker?
Here.
Ms. Barnes?
Present.
Mrs. Gherkin?
Here. Thank you, Treasurer. Now we will have the pledge by Kaiser Elementary. If you would like to participate, please rise.
Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kaiser Elementary. Now we'll turn it over for Dr. Durant for the mission and vision.
Yes, TPS mission is to produce competitive college and career-ready graduates through a rigorous curriculum across all grade levels by implementing Ohio learning standard with fidelity. Our vision statement strives to be an A-rated school district whose graduates are college and career ready. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Durant. If you would like to continue with presentations, please.
Yes, going to turn it over to Ms. Mazer.
Good evening and thank you. Tonight we have the privilege of recognizing two of our March graduates. We were hoping they would be here, that we could congratulate them personally. We have Robert Farris. He is graduating from Scott High School, and Amanda Aldrich. She is graduating from Start High School. And they both shared with us that they went back to school to earn their diplomas to show their children that it's never too late to chase your dreams and that you can overcome any obstacle as long as you keep trying. Congratulations to them. Now we would like to recognize some students for their artistic talents. The Arts Commission and Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur recently held the 2023 9th Congressional District High School Art Competition to honor the artistic excellence demonstrated by area high school students. I believe we have a PowerPoint for that. There we go. Thank you. Awards were selected by a jury composed of art educators, local artists, and representatives from institutions who were sponsoring different awards. The following students had their artwork displayed and were honored at the awards ceremony on March 12th at the Toledo Museum of Art. Bowsher students who received awards include honorable mention for Chris Parker, grade 12, for his piece entitled Dark Coke. Teacher, Mr. Jim Foose. The Spengler-Nathanson Award went to Omar Jones, grade 10, for his artwork titled Break of Day. Teacher, Amy Martiniak. And the Art to Market Award went to Anna Gonzalez, grade 11, for her piece entitled Moody. Her teacher, Amy Martiniak, and her mixed media piece will be printed into postcards. Now, we also have the privilege of having some students here from Rogers who were also awarded at the event. Honorable mention, Ayanna Arnold, grade 11, for her piece, Let's Cross Over. Teacher, Ann Tenike. And the Bill and Corrine Davis Literacy Arts Fund Award went to Brianna Zinks. I'm sorry, what was it? Zintz, thank you very much. Grade 12. Her piece is entitled Conversation with Myself. Teacher again is Ann Tenike, and we are happy to have Ann and Brianna here tonight.
Brianna, is it okay? Would you like to take a picture with the board? Okay.
Welcome to Oakdale Elementary. I would like to welcome you to a quick dedication of the Lou Interactive Gym donated by PBF Energy Toledo Refining Company.
So the interactive playground connects the gym to the classroom. As you can see behind me, we can do math interventions with it. Kids can take their quizzes. Teachers can load their quizzes into the system, and they can take a class quiz in the gym. So now gym becomes a part of classroom time. But then we can also do reading games. We can do team building. We can do social emotional because they have meditation that they can do, or yoga and yoga therapy.
When it was suggested to us that we could help support Toledo Public Schools by donating some money towards this kind of equipment, we were really excited, and it's great to be able to come out here and try it out in person. Some people learn by reading, some people learn by watching, copying. This kind of combines everything. It's fantastic, it's interactive, and most importantly, the kids are having fun while they're learning.
For me, it's gonna have to be how it's a different way for the little kids or the older kids to learn. It's a funner experience.
And it teaches us how to play as a team.
The Lou Interactive Playground is the first Lou put into an urban school in the northern part of the state of Ohio. It's also the first one in Toledo Public. We're rebuilding this community, and the Lou Interactive and the investment in elementary schools, this is the first big investment in elementary schools in a very long time. Hey, I'm Robert Yenrick, and I'm definitely TPS proud.
So real quick, the refinery dedicated $144,000 last year from a golf outing that some of you guys were a part of as well. I know Ron was there and Ryan was there as well. It's been a big thing for us. They've committed to us again next year as well, us in Oregon schools this year. So it's been a lot. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Thurn. He found it. He's the one that 5 years ago brought to our attention, and it's been a 5-year project. So Mr. Thurn.
How you doing, board? The LU transforms any space into an active and immersive educational environment where kids are engaged physically, intellectually, and socially emotionally. The LU Interactive Playground can be used for a variety of purposes, from a cinema quality movie, nights to dance parties, professional presentations, and even after school yoga with the teachers, or even working out. Each LU Interactive Playground, the system is what you've seen on the TVs, includes a high-definition laser projector, a movement detection camera, and a powerful sound system, and a fully automated multicolored lighting system to create immersive, magical environments. At Oakdale, we are changing the way our kids are learning. We are helping the teachers with the math, the ELA. Our goal is to increase our iReady, our OST scores. I have teachers telling me that their math scores are already increasing. The childhood obesity is on the rise, and having more kids engaged and being active is a game changer that helps our students to do so much more. Thank you.
Can I make a suggestion? Board members against staff?
Reagan, whatever you want. Just remember, you've seen it, though, in 30 seconds, you get winded pretty quick.
Don't tell people that. Dr. Rand's on our side, though. I'm just saying, we claiming him on our team.
You'll be seeing it in he can play football, he can't catch, though. It's all right.
There's Joan.
Thank you so much. Miss Patty, back over to you.
Yes, thank you. I now would like to recognize our list of retirees for this year, or this month, I apologize. If anyone of the retirees is here, please come forward and walk around the dais and shake hands. We have Theodore J. Myers, music teacher at Whittier Elementary, retiring with 25 years of service. Mary E. Ware, food service worker, 27 years, 3 months of service. Constant J. Glaze, CCSE teacher, 27 years, 5 months of service. Frederick Borton, CCSER teacher, 29 years. Denise E. Gaston, System Specialist Assistant Student Information and Reporting, 29 years of service. Sherry L. Moten, counselor at Spring and Riverside, 29 years of service. Susan Hafner, secretary at Bowser High School, 30 years of service. Joel Negrich, visually disabled teacher, 32 years. Jeffrey D. Wagner, assistant director of student testing, 32 years and 5 months of service. Craig R. France, art teacher at Beverly, 33 years and 5 months of service. Robert A. Huffman, PE teacher at Birmingham, 33 years, 5 months of service. Deborah J. Mills, English teacher at Rogers, 34 years of service. Timothy L. Bolin, science teacher, Toledo Early College, 36 years of service. Kathy Stewart, grade 4 at Arlington, 36 years of service. Cheryl Sherman, placement funding specialist, case management, 37 years of service. Joanne M. Dressel, grade 3 teacher at Reynolds, 37 years of service. Darlene R. Bose, grade 7, Glendale Fieldback, 38 years, 5 months of service. Barbara A. Gale, grade 1 teacher, Glendale Fieldback, with 39 years of service. And Ms. Karen Duncan, executive administrative assistant, 40 years of service, for a total of 625 years and 8 months of service to Toledo Public Schools.
Thank you all. Thank you to all the retirees. Without you, we couldn't do what we do. Now we'll turn it back over to our treasurer.
All right, so now it's time for community comments, and the board values the input of citizens and community members regarding all aspects of the district. The board understands that education is the center of all community issues and activities, and that input is important because it allows the board to hear all views on all matters. In order to ensure a quality public comment portion during board meetings, all citizens and community members who are scheduled to speak before the board shall abide by these general rules. 1, each speaker has 3 minutes unless modified by the board president. 2, the time will be displayed for the speaker and public to see. The treasurer will announce when time has expired. 3, any questions that speakers would like responses to should be submitted in writing, and the board president will secure answers within a reasonable time frame, normally 7 to 10 days, depending on the amount of research required to provide a comprehensive response and the time-sensitive nature of the question. 4, board members will not engage in policy dialogue with speakers, but will use their established committee format that has substantive dialogue. The public comment section is the opportunity for the board to listen to all citizens and community members and make contact with speakers following the meeting for individual feedback and questions. The general guidelines are established as a way to provide the maximum opportunity for board members to listen to citizens and community members and provide an organized and structured procedure for feedback that will help our students and families.
Now we would like to invite Dr. Tanya Pace, president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Good evening, Dr. Pace. I would like to let you know that I know you are a quick talker, but we have extended your time to say fully what you would like to do. But we have to still go home, Dr. Pace. So.
I would like to ask the members of Delta Sigma Theta to please stand. Toledo Alumni Chapter. Thank you all. Awesome. On behalf of Toledo Alumni Chapter, there are approximately 250 of us in this community, a lot of which are teachers and educators. I want to thank you for meeting with us and allowing us to be here. We are committed to assisting and supporting Toledo and Wood counties, because we cover Wood County as well, with programming focused on our 5-point thrust, one of which is educational achievement and development. As a Toledo Alumni Chapter moves forward in planning for the next several years, we would like for you to know that we are willing to work with you in whatever way possible to move the needle forward on preparing our young people to be career and college ready. So thank you so much for having us. It is appreciated. And Sheena was a wonderful hostess. Thank you.
I would love to get a picture. I'm trying to get my steps in, so if you don't mind, for Dr. Durant and the Deltas, please. Thank you so much, Dr. Pace and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, for joining us this evening in your words. Now we'll go to section 4, which is organizational input, and we have 2 student representatives. And because I think students should claim and take up space, I would like you to introduce yourselves.
Hi, hello, how is everybody today? My name is Jasmine Lewis. I'm a student at Scott High School, and I'm a senior this year, which I will be graduating in May. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about what we do at Scott in our program named SMART. It stands for Students Making Achievements Right This Second. We help inside the school, and we help improve what our students want. We have done multiple things. For example, students participated in something called Books for Buddies. It's where they collected books for disadvantaged kids. We have started and are still in the process of doing our hygiene closet, which we have hygiene products for students open all school hours for those in need. One day we had students wear orange to represent for gun violence. We also did a donation drive for the homeless. We get together a lot to talk about our food conditions. A lot of students in our school complain that we eat pizza every day. So we meet with Ms. Jean, our lunch person, and we focus on other foods that we can get and choices that our students may want or are interested in. We've achieved what some students have said they wanted, and we still are continuing to do that. We have done other things like I represented for Scott High School at a conference in Columbus called the 67th OSBA State Conference. I explained what we Scott students do to improve what we want to achieve. And we also have a new achievement that we're doing now where we are collecting and donating books to children in Ghana. Good afternoon. My name is Zayana. I am honored to speak with you today about the importance of home-to-home partnership between Scott High School and Ottawa Hills. This partnership has been a valuable tool in helping us build a stronger community and a brighter future for all of our students. First and foremost, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our sponsor, Pete Cadence of Hope Chicago, who has generously provided scholarships to many of our students and parents who have faced financial burden. In addition to the scholarships, numerous activities and gatherings were also organized through this partnership. Those activities include the Leadership Symposium and meetings at each other's schools, which have helped our students develop essential leadership skills and broaden their horizons. The Black Opera performance was a culturally enriching experience that our students will always cherish. And lastly, the trip to Chicago was an eye-opening experience that allowed our students to learn different backgrounds and lifestyles. I want to give a special shout out to our friends Olga and Naomi for designing the cool home-to-home windbreakers that have become a symbol of our partnership. And in conclusion, I want to emphasize the importance of the home-to-home partnership between Scott High School and Ottawa Hills. Working together can create a brighter future for our students and build a stronger community. Let us support each other and work together towards a common goal. Thank you.
Representative Lewis and Representative Scott, would you like to take a picture with the board, please? Thank you so much, student representatives. Now we will continue with our organizational input. I do not see any other orgs tonight. So we'll move on to section 5, which is comments by the board. Board Member Vasquez?
My only comments are congratulations to our graduates. That shows some great perseverance and achieving the goals. Congratulations to our art winners, and congratulations to our student representatives here. And yes, I did see the conference presentation at OSBA in Columbus, and what a great job they all did. So it just, every month we see all of the great accomplishments that our students are achieving, and it's just really important. President Barnes, this is one of my favorite parts of the meeting. So we need to keep doing that. We need to keep emphasizing what the great things everybody's doing. That's all.
Board Member Barwick, I don't want to call you president or board member.
Thank you, Madam President. I would also like to thank, number one, Kaiser students for the pledge. I thoroughly enjoy seeing our students present. It's just a great opportunity to bring them and get them involved in our board meeting. The art students, I am always amazed at what our students present and what they create. So I am so grateful that they share that with us. And then congratulations, obviously, to our graduates, Robert Farris and Amanda Aldrich. I wish they would have been able to be here tonight, but the perseverance, like you said, Mr. Vasquez, on display is very admirable. A lot of folks don't have that in them to do it, and so I applaud their efforts. And then thank you to the Ohio Refinery. That is showing true community partnership. I love that they've made that investment in our East Toledo schools, so thank you for that. And I wanted to thank Mr. Thurman and Dr. Yenreich for making some of that happen, because it truly, that connectivity doesn't happen without dynamic folks in our buildings making it happen. Also, congratulations to the staff on their retirement. 625 years is amazing, and we are certainly going to miss all of them in our district. And then our student representatives, again, I'm so grateful that we have student voice, that we pushed it right along, and to see the fruition come to place is wonderful. And Jasmine, although she's not here, I wanted to let her know that Mr. Gamp most likely will be in touch with her about the food that I know that was one of actually my my missions in when I first started campaigning to run for school board, was on the food in our district, and yet here we are 10 years later still talking about our food. So that's something that we're going to have to really delve into. I'm really proud of the Scott students and what they have going on in their building. I mean, the hygiene closet, books for buddies, the food drives, and the home-to-home. That is wonderful to see that coming from our students. So that's all I have for the moment. Thank you so much.
Board Member Gerken?
Thank you. Wow, so presentations from graduations to art winners of art recognition to budding governing students that are ready to govern and make their schools what they need them to be. Multisensory learning. I mean, we are the best choice. So when we talk about TPS Proud, we should be talking about, again, reminding everyone that it is the best choice, and with school choice, we have all of these wonderful things to celebrate. I notice we always get a long list of retirements at a certain time of the year. I think it has may have something to do with an incentive for staffing, so that we can know who we need to start looking for replacements for in the coming year. So sometimes the timing makes us realize how many we're losing all at once. I would, not to negotiate on behalf of any of our staff publicly, but I would think that we might want to start looking at something like an incentive not to retire, and some sort of retention bonus or something at some point. So with the shortage of educators, losing the most experienced ones that we have, although I wish everyone a happy retirement. I don't want anyone to work any longer than they want to. I really think that's something that might help us retain some more experienced educators that might be worth looking at in the future. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Mr. Vice President Parker.
Thank you, Madam President. As to co-sign with my colleagues, again, we celebrate the graduates and the students who were recognized through the Art Awards. I'm really looking forward to the playground at Oakdale Elementary. I'm really looking forward to scheduling some time to check that out and have a little workout session there as well. To the retirees, we salute and celebrate you as well. Just real quick, because everything has been said, this is one of my favorite parts of presentations and acknowledgments and recognition. This past week, President Barnes and myself were honored to read to Miss Hernandez's 4th grade class at Marshall STEM Academy, and it was just absolutely amazing how in tune they were and excited and asking questions and, like, what's your real job? Those type of things. And how many kids do you have? And are they your real kids? I mean, just some real interesting questions. But nevertheless, it's just a joy to see their interest and their smile, but also the staff there as well, appreciative of the connection and the partnership. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Parker. I always search for a theme. By now you should know. And all I could do is really want to thank the staff in TPS, Dr. Durant, for your leadership, because what we saw all through this night is leadership in the community, in our schools, making sure they achieve their personal goals, our student representatives leading the way. I literally said, okay, I see you, future board members, because they took up space, and I just love to see our youth doing that. And it's so amazing to represent a body that empowers our students, our staff, to give back to the community, and the community come and partner with us because they see the growth, the leadership that you have created and continued. So I appreciate our staff and Dr. Durant because this is beautiful, but it's also unique. We have a lot of challenges that we face. But when we see things like tonight, it reminds us that we have hope, that we have spirit, and then it rejuvenates you to have the energy to keep fighting those challenges. So I just want to thank our staff and Dr. Durant for helping us create an environment where leaders can lead. So thank you. Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which is section 6. Agenda items 6.01 through 6.53 are the consent agenda items. Board members may request to pull an item from the consent and move it to the discussion section of the agenda. Item 6.01 through 6.06, Human Resources Staff Development and Training Committee, Board Member Gerken and Board Member Barnes. Item 6.07 through 6.10, Finances and Business Operations Committee, Board Member Vasquez and Board Member Varwig. Item 6.11, Technology Improvement and Process Committee, no action this month, Board Member Gerken and Vice President Parker, Item 6.12 through 6.14, Board Curriculum Instructions and Academic Excellence, Board Member Gerken and Board Member Varwig. Item 6.15 through 6.47, Policy Committee. We do a lot in that committee. Board Member Vasquez and Board Member Barnes. Items 6.48, Art, Athletics, and Student Achievement Committee. No action item. Board Member Varwig and Vice President Parker. Item 6.49 through 5-0. Family and Community Engagement Committee, Board Member Vasquez and Vice President Parker. Approval, item 6.51 through 6.53, approval of board minutes. I would like to request a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Varwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gerken.
Yes.
Section 7 of the agenda consists of reports and minutes from this month's committee meeting and are here for your information and references. No action is required, so we can proceed to Section 8 of the agenda. Do we have any discussion items this evening? Seeing none, we will go ahead and move to Section 9 of walk-ins. And are there any walk-ins this evening? Okay, and we can proceed to Section 10. Section 10 is early childhood education. Action items, I would like to turn this over to, there's no action items. Chair is Vice President Parker, President Barnes. Now I would like to turn it over to Vice President Parker for Section 11.
I would like to turn it over to Dr. Allen at this time.
We do not have anything for approval this month, so Section 11 is just the reports for the board's viewing.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy Allen, and thank you, Vice President Parker. And there are no walk-ins or anything like that, so we can move to Section 13 for executive session. I would like to request a motion to enter executive session under details related to the security arrangements and emergency response protocol for a public body or a public office. If disclosure of the matter discussed could reasonably be expected to jeopardize the security of the public body or public office. May I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Varwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gerken.
Yes.
Just for FYI audience, we are going to be in executive session. It may take some time. So I just want you to be aware that we are going to reconvene after executive session, but if you would like to leave, it's free to do so. I mean, anytime you want, but you're free to do so. So you won't have to wait for us. Session.
So moved.
Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Varwig,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez, Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Gerken.
Yes.
All right, section 14 to 16 is superintendent. Do you have any comments?
Again, just a few things in regards to, one, congratulations to Kid Mayor Gabby over at Grove Patterson. Excited to see that. At the same time, appreciate the support of the Stock Market Challenge over at Jones Leadership Academy of Business. It was a great occasion to be at, and the kids were very excited. So a lot of people were very impressed in essence of their engagement and interest in being competitive in the stock market. So again, thank you, and TPS proud.
Treasurer, any comments?
Yeah, we keep monitoring the HB1 and then biennium budget for changes. I think we've seen something, they're going to announce the changes towards the end of April to the biennium budget, but I haven't heard much on HB1 lately.
Thank you. Board members, any comments?
I have no additional comments.
Yes, please, thank you. One, I just wanted to share with all of you that attending the various region spring conferences via OSBA, I heard from several board members, but specifically one from Northeast Region, about how great the Career Tech session was at the OSBA conference last year, and how he thinks Toledo is leading the way in the state of Ohio. For what we're doing in our district for educational opportunities And I thought that was really great to hear and wanted to make sure you guys heard that. Also, again, watch for the House and Senate bills so you can provide testimony. I shared with all of you what I had sent regarding Senate Bill 66 regarding the transcripts. And then just as a reminder, if we want to do any kind of resolution for the OSBA platform, that is due by May 31st to submit that. So, and then I look forward to upcoming special board meeting and possible forums around some of these bills. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Natachek is working on that. I sent her a sample resolution from a nearby, from Gahana, I think, to get that to you. They're going to bring it to policy and then just bring it to us next month. So it'll come, the resolution to get the equity plank changed on the OSBA platform. Some of us are going to a conference tomorrow. Is starting later this week for the newly formulated consortium of state school boards association. So we're looking forward to doing some learning together, and thank board members for taking their time out. And I think we've got a couple of people, Dr. Durant and others from the administration also attending. So that'll be good to do some learning together. I think Dr. Jeffries, yeah? Okay. So that'll be interesting. We did have a special board meeting recently where we discussed a lot of topics, and I just want to mention that I learned some things, and I took some of that learning to heart, particularly as it relates to caring for our young people after incidents of violence and crisis, and especially mindful again today after the most recent school shooting and some of the news coverage from that shooting yesterday included several examples of young people or now young adults who this is the second time that they've been exposed to a mass shooting. And so it's becoming so commonplace in our community that it's not a once in a lifetime thing. It's not a maybe it's going to happen to you thing. For some people, it's happened twice now. And that brings me back to our crisis response when things in the community happen and we have crisis response teams going out to the schools to help the students and staff deal with and cope with those responses. And some of the things that I heard our president be concerned about was asking the students what they might need and how, and we do that. We just had a long discussion about asking the students lots of things that we need to make sure that they get an opportunity to weigh in on. So I'd like to make sure that those topics are discussed with young people, particularly what do you need after something like this happens? And they've all had something happen by now that they probably already can help you with that. And then the notion of enhancing our crisis response teams to include, in addition to our mental health professionals, the credible messengers or the folks with lived experiences or violence interrupters to build our teams out to automatically include appropriate credible messengers in the community to accompany our mental health professionals. So I know we mentioned it last week, and I think that Mr. Murphy and Dr. Allen are nodding their heads already over at the table that I would like to see some sort of a plan or timeline on that topic. I think sometimes when we have really good folks on the ground in our schools looking after their schools, their community, and maybe sometimes they leap into action to do what they think is best and know because they know the kids and they know the families. And I just want administration not to lag behind in that. I want us to have a plan in advance to do it everywhere, not just where people have the you know, the forethought or the immediate problem-solving ability to pull it off, right? And so we're glad that people do think on their feet and pull it off, but I really want to see that moving along a little more quickly than it has been. So that's my request for tonight.
Mr. Vice President?
No further comments, Madam President.
With that, I would like to have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, everyone. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Mrs. Barwick,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
and Mrs. Gerken.
Yes.
Okay, now have a good night.